down here at State Park, and I am going through some of my stuff I just got at the last activation. And with this True SDX, now the screen doesn't really do that. And then I've also got this little buzz because I'm trying to use the mic so you can hear it. But I was not sure how this was working, but it's working really good. So I thought I'd come down here. I've just got a little in-fed, and you can see there's a basket, and it threw the wire up, and it's coming down a tree. So it's probably one of the worst case scenarios. Like I said, this buzz is a hum coming from the Bluetooth. So let's see. Try to work. That's W1AW there. I wish the scroll would work. It's actually got a decoder here. This is a 5-watt HF radio. So far, here's how I've worked so far. So we're down in Georgia in the Colorado station. 5 watts. Not even, the antenna is literally wrapped around a tree right over there. I'm just laying at the end of it. It was a lot better. The only way you're going to hear it, because if I put this transmitter anywhere near it, it gets really buzz. I'm convinced on this paracord here, so I'm going to do one of those. Let's see if I can work some back here. So what I like doing is I go through the spot page, and I see if there's anybody that I can hear. I like to do park to park first. So there's a VE7, Arizona. Not sure I'm going to hear him. I'm saying 599. But honestly, I didn't know if this thing was working. It's got a little SWR meter in it. I checked it. Let me do it again. There's a little pile up there. Let's scroll up here. So you hold down the PTT. It says, let go of it. Hold down the PTT 1.47 at 6.7 watts. Try 33, 1403. Again, the refresh rate's kind of making it look like it's scrolling there, but so the guy had these go for about 150 bucks, 140, depending on if you get a clone. But this thing's so small. Like, I'll give you an iPhone. There's my iPhone. So just to give you an idea, it's maybe half. Got this little CW key for 20 bucks. Same hamfest. Now the cool thing about this, there's a USB micro here, and you can do digital with this. I've seen guys do FT8, JS8 call and stuff like that. So I just got it, wanted to get it out, came out to the beautiful lake, park on the air, and I I said that hum and that buzz noise didn't happen until I turned on to my wireless mics. But without the wireless mic, there's no way you're going to hear it. So I just thought I'd try it. Try to turn the volume up on it. So thank you. I'm trying to work with somebody else. It's a 38. Nice spare here on the motorcycle. But they run about $130 some new. And he's an older guy. So I don't think this was his cup of tea. And it was at a QRP convention. And I offered him, at first I said $75, and this guy let out. He went, like, there's such a loud exhaust of air. I felt really bad, so he said yes. So I went I had to go to the ATM, and of course I got 80 out. So I felt so bad. I'm like, he had 85 on it. I said, well, I'll give you 80. And that made him feel a lot better. So it made me feel better too. Felt bad. Let's keep going. Now, the little onboard speaker here, kind of worthless. They do say to wear earphones. And there we go. I think that's W1AW. Yeah, to put some. I think a longer cord would probably work. Now, these are, the receivers that's in this is not like the KX3 that's in the bag down there. So they run off of USB power, or you can do 12 volt here. 12 volt gives you the full 5 watts. And I think they said half a watt or something on the USB, so not that much. You can do voice on it. Put a microphone here, and let's just push down on it to change. Let's go menu, mode. Sun shining out, it's kind of hard to see the.
Hotel Quebec, India, monitoring Beaumont, Texas.
Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India.
Hotel Quebec, India, CQ, Juliet 5, Quebec, India, monitoring Beaumont, Texas, 5 per call.
Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India QRP.
QRP, Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Quebec India, CQ.
I'm off
Kilo
frequency a little
Juliet
bit,
5,
but
Hotel Quebec India, monitoring Beaumont, Texas, 5 for call.
Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India portable.
CQ, Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Quebec India, CQ. Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel
You know what?
Quebec India,
It may
monitoring
be.
Beaumont, Texas,
Let's
5 for
take
a call.
this key out. Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India QRP.
QRP station, you were real, I don't know, you might need to turn your mic gain down a little bit. That was real, I don't know how to explain it, but it was real, thick almost, your voice. But try one more time for me.
Yeah, Roger. I'm off frequency just a little bit. Is this any better on the audio?
I didn't get your call sign. I'd still like to hear. Hold on, I might be able to. I would try to tune down frequency a little bit on maybe to 47.5. I might be able to hear you a little better.
All right. I tuned down just a little bit. This is Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India KB0WZI. Running 5 watts on a true SDX. Over.
QSL, was your call sign Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India?
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I'm just on one of these little pocket radios. So you're my first voice contact on it. I've already made a couple CW. I'm live streaming and demonstrating it. So I heard you and I thought I would try. Over.
Yeah, your voice is a little like the sound. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's real distorted though. It's kind of pretty hard to hear. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, what did you do? Did you tune off frequency a little bit or what?
Yeah, I had to tune down frequency just a little bit. I'm using the built-in microphone, so there's no telling what it sounds like. And I still need to go through the menu and check out some functions. But 5 watts on an in-fed half wave at the lake. Over.
Well, yeah, you're not doing too bad for 5 watts, that's for sure. But yeah, you're about I'd say a 5.6 here in Beaumont. But yeah, it's just distorted a little bit. But once you tuned off frequency, I could hear you a little bit better.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. I appreciate it. I'm just demonstrating it to the my channel on YouTube, and I had never worked on this one before, so I thought I'd try it. I just got it at a hamfest, and like I said, it's a true STX. It's one of those little pocket radios, and so far I'm pretty impressed with what it does. Over.
Yeah, QSL, and you said you had a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm on Disaster Communications, and just doing a little live stream here, and just came across you, and you were coming in really good. The meters in dBms, but I mean, you sound really great. 5.9, and it's real clear. Over.
QSL, what was your YouTube channel name?
Disaster Communications. Over.
All right, QSL, yeah, well, I will check it out. But yeah, thanks for coming back to my CQ calling. But yeah, I just try to figure out if you can to turn or mess with your mic volume or mic gain or whatever to see if you can make it better. But yeah, thanks for the contact in 73.
All right, 73. Yeah, this thing's smaller than my iPhone. So, but yeah, I need to get in the menu system a little better and try to figure that out. So, hey, 73, thanks so much for answering my call and taking me and working through it there. You have a great day, and I am at a Parks on the air, but 73 from Kilo Bravo Zero Whiskey Zulu India.
All right, 73, KJ5, HQI, QRZ.
Oh, there you go.
Kilo
So
Juliet 5,
it seems
Hotel
like the
Quebec India,
gain, you know how like
Kilo Juliet 5, Hotel Quebec India, monitoring Beaumont, Texas, body for the call.
some of the radios have. Yeah. Change band. It's 80. So it's got upper sideband mode, CW. 40, 30, 20. I think that's it. But yeah, for a little, a little radio, and you could throw that in, and so my KX3 lives in that bigger bag, and this is another found. This is a true SBITX, but it's just kind of looks like shut it off. Anyways, I did try running that. A little bit of issues on it. Let's go ahead and power this down. I read to turn it to the left, and it says powering off. We'll just kill that and like that. So I first picked this one up. Now I've used this other one at home, so I know it works good. I honestly think it's a voltage issue. I'm just using a little bitty Bioena, so it's not the strongest. Just a second here. This could be kind of hard to do one-handed. I was trying to put the camera on the tripod, but it wasn't facing the right direction. So let's power this up and let you see what this looks like. And coax in. So when I turn this on, this thing is just a Raspberry Pi, and it has basically a radio. There's the heat sinks for it, and we'll try this same wireless thing here, like some earbuds here. Yeah. And let's go here, and I may have to hit that volume real quick, like if it comes on. So this is what it was doing earlier, and that's why I think it's a voltage. I never had this issue before. It shows I can tune around, go to my different modes. Now that's the first time it's actually, but yeah, it's just not. Although I don't, is that a signal I'm finally seeing? Grid is off. But if you haven't seen one of these, it's almost like there's a notch or something. My app is turned down. You see that? It's not letting me tune into it. Literally, as if there's some kind of filter here. It is this is the logbook. That's how you change the bands, the mode, CW, upper sideband, and it's got band stacking. So there's 14,232. Bandwidth. Yeah, so it should be showing. And so I really think it's some kind of voltage issue. Here's that keys up, receive. There's no meter or anything here that says voltage. I did read somewhere that you can get something like that. And let's try the key. And let's go back down to 20 meter stack. See that? Yeah, there's something. up with it. It's not quite. Yeah, there's nothing here. So that's why I think maybe there's just not enough voltage on the battery to make this work properly, because there is no filters. But I had this running. This will run FT8 built in, so there's FT8 mode. And you start WS. No, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Now it's working. Whoa. That's what it's supposed to look like. So now, that was weird. Let's go up here and do WSJTX. There's decoding. Span, I think, is supposed to be 10. I'm hitting. Try that again. Still on audio. It's because it's starting WSJ, and it just runs in the background. So put it on 10. AGC is off on this mode. Audio back down a little bit. And IF down just a little bit. So I'm going to try to move my transmitter pitch to an open spot, the red line somewhere down here. And so I'm just going to see if I can get one of these guys here. Says I'm only doing 3 watts. What's the power output? Drive is there. Hey, ham radio Texas. Very cool. KJ5HQI. I can. I don't have any QRs printed, but I can come up with something. So we're on 20 meters. I would like to modify my CQ. I'm not sure why my audio is so low. This finally they're leaving, so that'll help out. This radio will do 20 watts. It's kind of like the G90 I've got. But this was turned down. Let's see if anybody. So a keyboard you can pull up in it. When you do Morse code, it will actually allow you to type on the keyboard if you want to type it out. But I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit here. See if I can get a. Turn that down just a little bit. You're asking where I'm at. I'm at Table Rock State Park, Table Rock Lake. This is near Branson, Missouri. Branson's a tourist trap. So, oh, let me do that again. So turn this red up to there. Let's try just calling CQ. What I'd like to do is somehow Swipe that. It's got a built-in logbook, so it's basically a Raspberry Pi. You know what I'm gonna do is flip over here on the right side of this screen. So it does have the regular screen there you could use, but this one does it all right here within it. So, but some guys have taken the tops off here. That's the HDMI's on those. I'm just checking battery and filling it. Could be low power because again the battery is not very. It likes 13 volts. SDR is not bad. So 3 watts. It's kind of funny. But they'll take this off. I've seen some 3D print something here, but you can plug in an HDMI here for your, and you'd run an external monitor with it. And you could run all of this on it. It's definitely picking up some DX in there. Yep. Oh, we got somebody. N5EYT. So you can see it's putting it up here in the log. Google Slides. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I made one on, what was that, EQSL? But I do LOTW and quite a few of the other QRZ, but I'll make you up something. So it looks like we're exchanging, just checking my looks like somebody is right on my transmit. It's that guy coming back. Oh dang, you're only 13. Awesome, man. You know, I almost thought you were young by your voice, but I got to be honest. I've been a ham since maybe the early '90s, mid '90s. The way you sounded on the radio, like you sounded professional, like you've been doing it a while. So that's why I questioned. I didn't want to say anything. I was like, no, he's not that young, you know. So awesome, man. Good job. Sounded great. So I'm gonna go ahead and log that guy N5EYT. So that's the logger there. Jump back over here. So our ham club here in this area, we're very proactive. We do a lot of classes and training, and we get a lot of young people through our. Um, we do a boot camp. We do like a technician boot camp. Then we do a general boot camp, and what we do is we encourage everybody to study on the exams. Do a hamstudy.com or whatever that is. So we recommend people to do that, and then we help them take their test and everything. So, but good job, 13. Said I wish I could modify my CQ to put POTA in there. I think you can. I've seen that somewhere. Like I said, I just literally just got this, but you know, as opposed to pulling out a whole computer and everything, this is the computer and radio built in. And honestly, if I was to describe it, um, it's like a poor man method of a flex radio. You have to Google that, but a lot of this you do with this text command here in the keyboard. So you pull up the keyboard, hit command, and go at it that way. But so I'm just kind of watching my TX here, making sure that I'm in a clear spot. I will say that's the nice thing about actually using the software here, here is I want to get in here and adjust these settings. I like mine a little skinnier. It actually looks like there's this clear spot here, so I may try moving my transmit up just a little bit. So let's go back to pitch and tone and go right there maybe. Oh, I just got an answer. KC0PFF. Sun's starting to set here. During the summertime, this lake's really busy. Then I've got a V31DL. Holy cow. Let's see, did it on the other one? Yeah, I did. All right. So it's got auto running. But when I had this at home, I was networked in. I plugged my, and you could do Wi-Fi too. But when you're on the network, you can actually take and access this from either your iPhone or your any tablet, anything like that. Let me pull this up and show you. It was I should be logging these with my POTA app at the same time. But like for example, this is it running on my. So I could be in the I could be in the front room with this hooked up, So let me get to, I might as well make this an activation. I wasn't being very dedicated to the POTA. So let's switch the app. So let's go here and let's visit the log. So right there in 5EYT, I need to change this to 74 FT8. Yep. And I sent a negative 14, I think it is, and then received a 3. Send that. KC8 PFF. Received a negative 8. So this is honest. Well, like the second time ever doing FT8 at a park. Most of the time I do CW. -7. Switch it back over here. That was interesting that it just wasn't working there. So it looks like I'm having trouble. I'm sending Roger to this guy. So I'm not sure if he's catching that or not. Let's go back to here and see if it looks like. It looks like I'm in a clear spot. I'm still trying to send it to him, so I'm going to switch back to CQ. I've got him logged. So, he said I got a nice setup. Yeah, this, I got it at a It was a QRP convention that we just had here in town. It's called Four State QRP. They call it Ozark Con, and this kid had a not a kid. He was a younger guy. I'd say later 40s, maybe early 50s, and he had it on his table. He had it turned on, and I was like, "What?" And I like a lot of digital stuff, so I was like, "What in the world is that?" So I get over there and I start looking, and he said, "Yeah, it's basically a digital radio. It's basically a radio with a QRP in it, or yeah, QRP radio, 20 watts or less." Right now, I'm doing 3 watts. It says the SDVR is about a 1.2, and so I started looking at it. I've never heard of it. It came from India. That's the guy that makes this over in India, and it's called an SBITX, Sierra Bravo India Tango X-ray. And like I said, I'd never seen anything like this. I started Googling it, and then I talked to him about price, and he wasn't too bad. He was like 350, and I think they were like new 400. He said he bought it at Dayton. The gentleman from India was there, so I'm gonna slide my TX down. I'm gonna try to hit up here to this valley. I'm not getting any responses, so I'm thinking somebody's doubling with me. That's a clean looking spot. So, anyways, yeah, that guy we should leave again. So we got to talking about it. He said he bought it from the guy that made it in India. He was there as a dealer, and he bought it brand new. He said he's just turned it on a couple times. He's not really ever used it. So I was like, well, shoot, let me try it. And I kind of hemmed hawed around about it. A lot of people looked at the table. A lot of people were checking it out, and and there's another POTA. Let me switch to him real quick, see if I can get him. And so we kind of talked about it, and I walked around. Several people were looking at it, and I just kind of debating it. And finally, I just went ahead and bit the bullet. And as soon as I took it home, the next day I finally started playing with it, got to use it at home. And once I seen some of the web features and how I could link to it, um, not only that, but now the only negative I'd say is it's kind of big knobs here. So you'd want to put it in some kind of like a case or something if you're going to carry it out in the field. But yeah, if you have, and you could do digital even with your phone. There's some radios like this BTEC now is starting to do. You could do WinLink, you could do APRS and stuff just from your phone to the radio using Bluetooth. But it's it's starting to get a little more easier, if that's proper English or not. But it's getting easier to do uh, digital, and you may be able to get a lot of the radios have it, but little Raspberry Pis, and they'll run like WSJTX on it. But even honestly, in my main, this is my main radio bag. This is what I normally carry, and inside of it's just one of those cheap, like $100 Amazon laptops, and that's what I generally use. But it does take a little bit of time to get set up and configured. So for the most part, I don't really do a lot of digital when I'm doing POTA. So I'm gonna move back down here, try to get. Let's go right in here. Actually, it's a pretty clean spot. So we'll hit CQ again. Like I said, I wished I could edit that. I need to Google how to get in there and edit that. I'd like to put CQ POTA. I think I'd get a lot more takers. So to activate a park, you need 10 contacts. I've got 5 so far, and here's the map. So he's down here. So clearly, whoever this guy is on this motorcycle or whatever this thing is, sticking around down here. He's coming back for more. So 3 watts. So just in comparison, this radio was putting out 6 watts, and there's your size difference. But now this one's got a lot. The bigger one's got a lot better receive, and it would do 20 watts if I had good power. I don't even know what the voltage is on my battery right now. So it looks like I've got somebody answering in one MCJ. MCJ. So I'm sending him a +2, and I'm receiving. Receiving -18. Go ahead and put him in the log, put the RRR going. Yeah, just experience per 18. I get it. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's taken a while to get in now. To be honest, if you want to get into HF, like even this radio, you can hook it with the USB straight to a computer. So if you had like a little cheap laptop or something, I think I've seen some guys take an adapter out of here and go to like an old Android phone, and was able to run on an Android iPhone. People were running FT8 like this on an Android cell phone. I'm trying to think of the Android. It's like FT8CN or something like that, Charlie Nancy. So you could get into it, like this, and then uh, one of the iPhones, or not an iPhone, but an Android, and you could probably get a used Android somewhere, and doesn't even have to have phone service. So, but still, that's some money right there just to buy that. So, about the best I could say on that would be like maybe a motorcycle, no, a motorcycle, like a lawn mowing business or something, or maybe even some members in the local ham club. Hopefully, you got a good ham club there in town, and like our club, we all try to help out a lot. Matter of fact, one of our, he's a fairly new ham. He's over in Kentucky, and he just did his first POTA FT8 activation over there. So that was really cool. So it's pretty easy there. I may try to. Problem with a weak signal like this is a lot of people don't see us, so they might start keying up. So anytime you're doing digital FT8 or anything like that, always watch where you're, and it's probably easier to see on this one. I don't think that's moving with it, so it may be. But I'm looking here, so I don't see a signal here. So I moved my red as the transmitter, so I moved it to there. And so I always kind of keep an eye on that to see if people are transmitting on top of you. Looks like the band's opening up. This also has a CW decoder on it. I will say I'm not a huge fan of CW decoders because it doesn't seem like they have to be a good solid signal and a good accurate signal. So like if they're sending sloppy code, oh man, I stayed here too late. See how it's now turned to another day. So I don't think that's going to count as an activation because I went to the other day. Yep, see 1 of 10. So 5 of 10. So Zulu time just is what that's based off of. So I may give up on it for now and try some CW. So is that actually? Yeah, see, it's showing up now. So there's.
Kilowatt, Bravo, Niner, Yankee, Mike.
Hey, 73 man. Good talking to you, and I'll send you
QSL, you're
something.
5-6 in Indiana. QSL?
I'll send her Depo. Depo, nice.
QSL 7-3. Have a good evening.
So there's a built-in mic on your mosquitoes are actually coming out.
Okay, how about ending in Foxtrot Echo?
So it's got the stacking band, so I'm used hit the 20 a couple times. So let's just check. Everything's there. Let's check spots again, see what I can get here. No, that's so see that's W1AW. So you can see how the decoder is fairly clean and accurate, but that's because it sends a strong signal. And I'd say it's it's perfect code. So let's see, 51.3 is supposed to be the next park. And bandwidth is this. So it's I think this is Zen 0 EBH. We'll listen here. It said good evening, GE. This is. Oh man, I thought that was metal. It's got a big magnet on it. So I'm not hearing him. Strong signal there. Let's see if anybody's on this. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn that side down if I could not hear that. Yeah, definitely hard to hold that. You guys, what am I doing here? Let's see what happens if I put this in. I'll let you look at the lake while I send CQ here. a little bit of delay going through the speaker or the wireless mics. Let's go ahead and spot ourselves here just to see if that will help. Somebody there. Alright, there we go. Spotted ourselves, so maybe that'll stir up some interest. It's so weird with that delay. This is terrible. Poor Dave. This guy's name's Dave, and I'm like, oh, he said I'm 5'9". Very cool, Virginia. Couple stations. California. It's John J-O-N. 559, 2 watts. Man, that's awesome. Five foot nine. Saying I'm 5'9" in Connecticut. Man, that's awesome. New York. So I gotta figure out a way to do this. Let me try to set this over here. Hang on, y'all. K5, hang on. I was asking for the KE. Let me try to turn this on. Yep, Georgia. My screen went to sleep. That's all right. Virginia. These are my $20 CW keys. North Carolina, 559 in North Carolina. So I tell him, thank you, thank you, thank you. Colorado. So my code's really sloppy because it's real sloppy because it don't feel right. A lot of it's feel and sound. So because it's I'm saying thank you, Colorado, 73. Had one extra. Ohio. I think my noise canceling is turned on that mic. Rhode Island. Got some new mics. I'm still learning how to. There we go. This is my fourth QSO with this guy. Five nine. Idaho. Oregon. 449. So an amazing signal is 559. So I got 449 to Oregon. So it was QRT. California, this is my second conversation with the Artiso. Kentucky. Minnesota. Very interesting call. NN0SS. Somebody else taking over the frequency there, but anyways, wow, that was fun. So I just realized that maybe the screen blinker on this, I just turned it on here the other day, but oh, look at that. You get a little bit of noise when the screen came on. So maybe a negative to having the, but man, look at that FT8. And I could turn the IF gain down just a little bit. But so the two new radios from my QRP convention hall and a little $20 key paddle there. There is some adjustments on it. I may try to adjust that out a little bit. It felt funny. I'm going through a wireless transmitter and I'm listening to the receiver that's built into the phone, so that could be part of the issue there. There's a little bit of just a few milliseconds of delay coming through it. So, But man, what a beautiful night here. Park's starting to shut down a little bit. Sunset. Now, I know my channel's disaster communications, so let me talk about this. So, if I'm in a bug out situation or an emergency situation, you know, and a backpack is all I have to carry, you know, something like that. And actually, this pretty much lives in my Tahoe. So, you know, if that's all I have, then these little radios like this would be indispensable for something like that. You know, this put a Ziploc bag, but you know, it takes a really small battery, that Biona battery. This one's going to take a lot more battery. It will run 20 watts, but then just shut it down like you would a normal Pi shut down. And then I give it a few seconds and I'll flip the switch. But there's the map of who I just worked. And that was, again, this one was showing 2 watts. Again, 2 watts, 2 watts. This one said 6 watts. So this one had a lot more power draw on that Biona battery. It had a lot better receiver. This one's a real simple setup. And the Bluetooth earpiece seemed to interfere with it a little bit, which doesn't surprise me on a, you know, really inexpensive, you know, there's not much filtering on that. So just to give you an idea, that's no bigger than my cell phone. So anyways, got that at the QRP convention, and needless to say, I'm pretty happy with my haul. So anyways, I'm gonna button up. It's starting to get a little chilly, and the mosquitoes are out. So say hello to the prepared Irishman. It's good to see you on. Now, in comparison, inside this bag is a KX3. Those are like $1,600 radios, but honestly, you know, it'll do 20 watts. And this radio here will do 20 watts. Now, granted, it does have, you know, computer screen, stuff like that. But, you know, with 5 watts, I was doing really good with something like that. I would recommend filtering, but I do want to try this digital. I know you can do FT8 with this, so we'll try that. So, anyways, I'm going to button this up and get in, maybe get a little hamburger or something on the way home. So, 73, everybody.